Hey, what's up, legend? Merry Christmas. Thank you so much for wanting to have me over to get to spend and have this Christmas lunch together. Usually I'm kind of a bit weird. I actually have this little hint inside me that I want to have like some Christmases alone, right? Kind of just have them chilling out because I've been to so many different family Christmases and there's always so much drama at them. And of course you have the big food part, which is always the best. But I thought, why can't I just have the great food part and just enjoy it by myself, or at least get to choose people that I actually want to enjoy it with. So I am very grateful for you being here to hang out with me and have this meal together. Now, look, I see you've got some cool Christmas things, and usually when I eat with my family on the big Christmas dinners or whenever I've had them, it's always been like lots of roast porks and potato bakes, lots of vegetables. Someone always does a salad and there's always seafood. And unfortunately, I hate seafood, man. I try it over and over and over. And it's such a shame because Australia has so much good seafood where I live, but I just can't like it. But I keep trying it. You know what? Today I was like, it's Christmas, man. And if we're going to be here sharing it, then I'm going to have something that I absolutely love. And it doesn't have to be absolutely Christmas food. So you're going to laugh a little bit, but I actually have, for us to share our meal today, pizza. Now, this is my favorite pizza, all right? And you can't, no judgment on the pizza, all right? But I get the lot, all right? But then I take off capsicum and olives. I don't like that. So it's got like red onion, chicken, bacon, sausage, chili flakes, and pineapple. And it has like a garlic butter that they put on top. Bro, I love salty foods. And this is my absolute favorite. So I hope you don't mind that I brought that along today. But I see the food that you've got there looks absolutely fantastic. The spread that you've got, super delicious. I'm a little bit jealous, but I do love this food here as well. So look, thank you. You don't have to wait for me. I'm gonna go in and have my first bite that I've got here. I love these little crispy bits that go on the end. Mmm, yum. That's so good. To wipe my hands, I have toilet paper. You know, toilet paper is really versatile. I don't know if you've ever found this, but like, oh, I want to buy tissues, I want to buy paper towel, I'm going to buy toilet paper anyway. I just use it for all of it. And usually it's a bit cheaper than just buying each of them separately. Hey, I'm a little bit crazy. But one of the things I always think about, I used to work at a supermarket, right? So Christmas coming up was always the most stressful time of the year, man. I don't know if you've ever experienced that with your work, but I used to be in there and I was on the customer service side, right? I used to say I was the best checkout chick in Australia because I could talk to anyone and I was fast as fuck, boy. But it was so stressful because everyone's coming in, they got so much to buy, and everyone always gets really scared when the shops close for like 2 days. 2 days, man. But it was always so busy, so I'd always get so stressed. But would you ever find that with your work? Like with the stuff that you do there, what was it like around Christmas time for you? Did you get to have like time off, or were you just like extra busy there as well? Hmm. I always find it interesting because some people, like now it's not extra busy for me because I just work all the time. But it just means that I can just stay at the same pace all the time. It is nice not to have people like yelling at me down the aisles and stuff and you don't have my prawns, right? It does make it a little bit nicer. Mmm, this is so good. Mm. I wish I could just eat pizza every day. I'd have to say pizza's probably like my favorite food. I don't know what you think is like your favorite cuisine, but for me, my favorite cuisine's definitely Italian, Mexican, and Asian. I love pizza. I love tacos and burritos so much. I had birria tacos this year for the first time. I've been wanting to try them for so long, and there's not that many places close to where I live that do them. And I finally got to go somewhere and try it, and they were so good. I don't know if you've ever had them, but it's like the pulled meat. It's really hard for me to explain because I don't know it very well, but it's done in like a birria broth. I'm gonna say broth, but like Mexican, right? I'd have to show you. and you can like then you dip them in the consomme that it's brothed in, but it's really, really good. But I love it. And then of course Asian food. I love so many Chinese foods, sushi, all different Japanese curries and stuff. Man, I absolutely love it. Do you like it? Does that fall into any of your favorite cuisines? Like you got something like different there. You know, I know Thai food's kind of is Asian there as well. Do you like African food? What kind of things do you like? I'd love to try more African food. Mm, that does sound interesting. I'm always kind of like happy to try different foods. Like I went to China this year, and man, there was some weird stuff there. They eat a lot of seafood as well, but like I say weird stuff, but it's just different for me. But I tried nearly everything because how are you gonna know if you like it or not, right? You could be missing out on the most delicious dish you've ever had because you were too scared to try it, just because like you were looking at it, right? What's probably the craziest thing you've ever eaten? Mine, I had snails over there and I had crickets as well, like little bugs. Like, do you have something crazier than that? Or like, what was the craziest thing you've ever eaten? Not like, you know, as a kid where you ate like, I don't know, a pile of dirt. Like, what's actually the craziest thing that you meant to eat? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Look, I'd try it. I had, I've had lots of weird dishes over the time, and as a kid, because my granddad was a butcher, I've tried like brains and heart and stuff as well. I don't remember brains that much, but heart's actually not as bad as you think. I used to make little heart steaks, which is crazy. All right, man. But look, we're coming up to the new year soon as well, which is always exciting. You know, I always like to think about things I've been grateful for over the year. Um, and so if you're okay with it, I'd love to go through a couple of them. You know, like firstly, I'm always really grateful for my health, that I've been able to stay healthy through this year and that nearly everyone in my family has been healthy. I'm grateful my knee got better. I was struggling with a really bad knee injury from volleyball, but it's gone better. I've been able to go back. I've been so grateful that I've met so many great people here through YouTube, met so many cool people, got to interact, and discovered a brand new show that's definitely had like, sorry, a big impact on my life with the themes in it and the people that I've met through it. So that's been absolutely amazing, and I've been grateful to be able to influence so many people in a positive way. I think there as well. I've been really, really grateful for that. And I think those are my biggest things. Did you have some stuff from this year that you're grateful for? I know sometimes it can be hard to think of things, but I think it is really important. I try to think each day of something I'm grateful for the day. And it does help you that, you know, when things are really tough, to be able to find the good in everything. So I'd love to know the best things that you had from this year. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Look, those are some good things. And like I said, I do try to practice like doing it each day because it does definitely help just, you know, with your mental health. I've found, you know, now that I'm having this food, I'm thinking about Christmas food. Definitely my favorite thing to have at Christmas. Like I love potato bake so much, but it's definitely like roast pork with crackling. Because I never have it, because I never cook it for myself. You know, you'll go somewhere and someone else will cook it. But crackling's gotta be my absolute favorite thing that I've had, but like I will have at Christmas. I know different places around the world have different like your staples that you'll have around Christmas. So what's like your favorite thing that you would take from your Christmas dinner, or something you like, you think about, you're like, yeah, that was a fond memory, that was the best food that I usually have around that time. Mmm, that does sound yum. I'd love to have, sorry, it's the chili flakes. I would love to have that as well. I'm drinking water here today. I really want to have a Milo. If you know what Milo is, I think some other countries have it outside of Australia. It's like a chocolate malt uh, powder you put in with milk and makes like chocolate milk. It's really I love it. But they were out of it at the shop that I was near. But look, coming into the new year as well, something I despise, right? Is when people are like, I have my New Year's resolutions, okay? And they're like, the new year will come, I'm gonna start going to the gym. I'm gonna have more confidence in myself. I'm gonna start that business. Bro, start now, man. I think if you end up waiting into that, then you get that feeling of putting it off, and when it comes, it'll be so much harder to start, and you'll be able to fall back into giving up on it so easy. So I think whenever you have a cool idea like that, whether it's now or in the future, if you have another idea, act on it as quick as you can. Just get started, just start doing it. You don't need an excuse to do something great, to change something. Here's your excuse right here, me telling you, right? Do you have anything you were kind of holding on to? You're like, yeah, I'm going to start this in the new year. I'm going to do this. I would love to like learn Muay Thai. I think I'd love to do like a martial arts or something, help improve my fitness, but do boxing as well. So I think I'm going to look for a place to do that. But did you have something you were holding out for? Maybe you had a New Year's resolution, but is there something you were thinking about, excited for, that maybe you could start like sooner? It's so good. You guys doing dessert today as well? There's always room for more dessert. You know, I would love to have a white Christmas at some point. In Australia here, every year in Christmas, it's like you're stripped down to your pants and your thongs. Not quite literally, but because it's so hot every year for Christmas. You know, our Christmas consists of a lot of barbecued foods because everyone's always outside when it comes to Christmas because it's so hot. Unless you got like heaps of aircon that's like, it'll be struggling all day because it'll be so hot. But that's what we do, and usually, you know, you have like a game of cricket or some sort of sport there as well. But any of you guys like had a white Christmas before? And what was that like? What kind of different traditions do you do if it's like a white Christmas? You know, like colder, snowier, anything like that? Because obviously you're not going to want to be outside as much. Or like I would assume, right? Am I right or am I wrong? I'll have to try it. I wonder where I need to be in the world to have a white Christmas. I'd have to look it up. My geography is horrible. Absolutely horrible. Since high school, I've been horrible at geography. You'll have to forgive me. But I think that's got me thinking like places I'd love to travel. I'd love, at the top of my list at the moment is I'd love to travel to Japan. I would love to go. Everyone who ever goes to Japan always tells me it's such a great country to go visit. The people are super nice. It's easy to get around. Facilities are great. So I would love to. And then of course, you know, there's all the cultural stuff, all the history, and then all the anime and stuff like that. I think it would be really, really cool to go. So many cool things I'd love to do. That's going to be on top of my list. And then of course I could go snowboarding as well. Like I just said, I love the snow, but I'd love to get to go over there and go snowboarding or something like that again. What places are sort of at the top of your list? Like I think at some point I'd love to go to Africa as well, but I just know that it's such a dangerous country to go visit at the moment. So it does make it kind of tough. But what kind of places are, like, even if you're not planning on going, like where are some places you'd really love to go? That's cool. For me, such a big part when I think about where I want to go is like determined by the food. Surprise, surprise, because I just love food so much. So I've been to Vietnam. I went when I was younger, and the food in Vietnam is phenomenal. It is. I don't know. Have you ever had any Vietnamese food at all, like a banh mi or like a pho soup or anything? Mm? So good in Vietnam, and it's interesting because I went to China. Like Vietnam is a third world country, so there's a lot of poorer people struggling, and the people are really happy there, which is says a lot. They have so little, but they're so happy. But then in China, it's not as, I don't know if it's classified as a third world country, but I think it should be, pretty much. And even there, though, the food for the most part was not very good for me. A lot of the food was made from really low quality ingredients. Whereas in Vietnam, a lot of the food was still made from like high quality ingredients, despite them being so poor. And I did have some great food in China, but I had so much good food in Vietnam. And so my favorite thing was the banh mi's, which if you don't know, it's just like the ultimate sandwich ever. The best possible sandwich you can ever have is a banh mi. Okay, look it up. But because they're made then, they have the little carts everywhere, and they make the bread fresh each day, and it is like the crispiest bread you will ever have in your life. And because I ate so many, the inside of my mouth was like shredded because it was so crispy, so sharp, and you eat it so often that I had to stop because I had so many cuts in my mouth because I'd eaten so many of them. But they're so, so delicious. They are one of the best sandwiches ever. But is there like any kind of food, like, are you orientated like that? You like, I want to go visit this place to eat this certain kind of food? Or like, you just like, man, I really want to go try this over there, even though it's not my favorite place to go visit? Like, do you have a kind of food that you want to go try, like, in the country where it's made? Mm, I think that would be cool. I was saying I want to go to Africa. One, just I like to go see how different cultures are. It always makes me grateful to live in Australia. We have such a wonderful country here in Australia. We're very lucky. Um, but also, I want to try more African food. I feel like I see a lot of different African food on TikTok. And there's this guy I watch on YouTube, Joshua Wiseman, who's a chef and he does different cooking videos. And he's had different African food on there a couple of times. And it always looks so good. It looks really simple and like whole foods, but looks so good. And so I really, really want to try it. And I know there's like that bread. I don't know what it's not. It's not bread. The like bread dough thing that they use. It's like an African type of food, and they like get some of it and they dip it in the food, and then they put it. It's like white and kind of looks sticky. I really want to try that. Like it looks delicious. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. You think I'm just going crazy, but I think it looks great. I think it looks absolutely delicious. And like for me, and if I think of like the biggest feast I could have, and often you think about that around Christmas time, right? You have this huge feast. But I think it would just be a combination of so many different cultures and foods. I think I'm really lucky living in Australia. We're a very multicultural country. Like, I'd love to have pizza there. I'd love to have like tacos and burritos. I'd love to have like fried rice and like sweet and sour pork, honey chicken. I'd love to have like some banh mi's there. I'd love to have buttered chicken down there as well, right? Like just this combination of all my absolute favorite foods from all these different cultures. Are you the same? Or you just be like, dog, I'd be fucking happy with like some cheeseburgers and chips and stuff, right? Like if you could have like set out your most ultimate feast ever, like what are you picking for that, right? Like what's your lineup look like? That is a good one. I would have to add sushi as well. I think have to have sushi. See, I don't think about the health benefits at all. I go to the gym enough, Mo. I know that's not how it works, but I say I go to the gym enough to eat however I want. I just love food. I think it's too short to be. Life's too short to not eat the great things I want to eat. And luckily, I can still keep in good shape. I am very blessed. Yum. You know, one of my favorite snacks around Christmas time as well, and I could eat it any time of the year, but really shops only like mass sell them around Christmas, is chocolate covered pretzels. And I'm not a sweet tooth person at all, okay? I hardly eat any sweet things. I love ice cream. Like my favorite chocolate is either a Turkish Delight or a Chiquito chocolate bar. And even then, my favorites, I have to eat little bits of them. But I love chocolate covered pretzels, man. I think it's because I love the salty, and then it's a little bit of chocolate there as well. So I love that. But what's probably like your favorite like little snack thing around Christmas time? You know, you have like the licorice all sorts or like rum balls or stuff like that. But like, what would you say is your favorite like little snack thing you could have? It could be sweet or savory. Mm-hmm. Mm. So many different types, right? Around Christmas. So many good snacks. You know, like even just throwing a cheese board, right? I love cheese. Even though I'm pretty sure I've become lactose intolerant as I've become an adult because I used to eat so much cheese and I used to drink, I still do drink so much milk. Even though I'm now lactose intolerant, I just intolerant it, meaning I just punish my body. I just still eat a lot of cheese, I still drink a lot of milk, and my stomach hurts, bro. But you can't go past a good cheese board. I love like some cheddars, like some crumbly cheddars, some sharp cheddars. My favorite cheese ever is Mersey Valley crumbly cheddar and pepper. Okay, there you go. That's all I need for Christmas. There's just 50 blocks of that. But it's so good, and I love pepper. I love things that are pepper flavor, like peppercorn. And having that in the cheese is so good. Do you have a favorite cheese, or are you like more lactose intolerant than me and you like you can't have it at all or you'll die? Mm. Mm-hmm. Yum, this pizza's so good. I'm having it cold as well. Like hot pizza is great, but also like cold pizza just hits totally different, right? Are you more a hot food person or you like to have it cold? No, I can eat some burgers cold sometimes. Like French fries, hot chips, only thing I'll never have cold. I've tried so many ways to have it cold and I just don't like it, bro. Only hot. But you prefer like cold food or you like you gotta have it like hot right as it's cooked or reheat it, right? Mm. I think I drink so much water because I eat so much salty food. Maybe that's the secret route I'm always telling you guys. Mm. Yum. And I think for dessert later, probably let my stomach rest for a while and I'm probably gonna have ice cream. I'm thinking ice cream, maybe some strawberries in there would be pretty yum as well, right? My favorite ice cream flavor is strawberry, but it's got to be like I like just like your normal supermarket flavor strawberry, but like the really good strawberries and like gelato strawberries is absolutely my favorite by far. A tied first is licorice gelato, right? Which I know some people look. It's like Vegemite in Australia. You either absolutely love it or you absolutely hate it, right? I said that, and there was probably a small group of you who were like, "Yo," everyone else just thought I was crazy. Everyone else just unsubscribed because I said that. But it is my absolute favorite. But are you guys having anything for dessert afterwards or like later tonight? You're doing dessert, or you're just gonna make because you're eating so much like of the main meal, you're not gonna have any room, right? Mm. I love ice cream cake as well, but I'll never pick it over a cheesecake. I love cheesecake, and strawberry cheesecakes are my absolute favorite. I did a stream once on Twitch, And we bought from the Cheesecake Factory here in Australia, we bought a tester box. I think it cost me $50, but it had like little bits of like all these different things they did. It was the best $50 I ever spent. And I got to try all these different cheesecakes. And then they had like the cake pops, their brownies, like all this different stuff. And we like rated it and everything, but it was so good. Do you have like a favorite type of cake? Or like, do you love cheesecake? Like what type there? I also love banana bread. That's one of my favorite. I don't know why I'm telling you this, but I just want to throw it in there. But banana bread, or like chopped chip banana bread, ugh, one of my favorite desserts ever. Yeah, that does sound yum. So yeah, even though I'm not a big sweet person, I'll try and have like little bits, right? Just to like balance it out. But I'll eat way more of like the main meal and be so full from that. I love savory stuff. Definitely like over the sweet stuff there as well. You know, something else I'm working on, which I've never said on any of my videos ever, so you guys here are like the first ones to hear it. But this year, I've also been writing a story. I've been writing this fantasy story that I really want to turn into a comic or a manga. I think that'd be really cool to have my own comic or manga, make it free for people to read online, because I always want people to be able to access my stuff. And then sell some hard copies as well. I think that would be cool. You know, people can collect it if it goes to take off. And just, I want a hard copy, and I know some people would. So I think that would be kind of cool there as well. But I'm doing that. So next year you might get to see a little bit of that. Or maybe down the years. It's called Shadowborn. All right, there you go. This is the first time we're talking about it. Maybe you'll hear about it. It's called Shadowborn. At the moment, maybe the name will change, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to call it Shadowborn. And maybe in like 5, 10 years time, you'll see this really cool show. Everyone talks about it and you'll be like, wow, I heard about it all the way back then. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited for that. And it was something I kind of dwelled on for a little while. And I was like, I don't know if I'm going to do it. Can I do something like this? But like I said, I just bit the bullet and did it. So like coming into that new year, again, is there anything you're like, oh, maybe I'm too scared to do it or I'm not good enough, but you'd love to do it? I reckon you should just do it. Do you have something like that? Man, that pizza was so good. It's like, it's all I want on Christmas, right? Food that I love, and absolutely wonderful company. I really, really appreciate you being here to let me have lunch with you, let me have dinner with you. It always does make it better. I think to have someone to have your food with. Food is great by itself, but enjoying it with someone else does also make it a lot better. So I'm really grateful. Thank you for letting me sit down and have the meal with you there. And look, I do hope that you enjoy the rest of your Christmas. Okay, sometimes even if we're having it alone, your own company is really good. Do something you love, play a game, read a book, watch a movie. Still enjoy it, or maybe you just like to work. Just go work, fam. Just go and do it. Okay, you don't need to feel bad about not going to see your family when you don't want to go see them or having to be there alone. All right? I know you made the choice that was best for you. I am really excited to see the great things you're going to do. So we're coming into a new year. Dream big, work hard. And again, I cannot wait to see the things pay off and the great things you're going to achieve. So whatever you do for the rest of your day, whatever you do for the rest of your year, I know you gave it your best. And I'm always super, super proud of you. All right, legends. Thanks so much for having me here. And I hope you enjoy your dessert later. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.